You know, it's funny how something so small, something we've always believed was healthy, can sneak into our routines and quietly cause more harm than good. For millions of older adults, that something is juice. Yes, juice. Not soda. Not energy drinks. Not even alcohol. Just plain, everyday fruit juice. Now let me ask you, do you ever enjoy a glass of juice before bed? Maybe orange, maybe apple, maybe even cranberry. If so, you're not alone. In fact, recent surveys show that more than 47% of seniors drink fruit juice regularly at night, believing it helps with digestion, hydration, or just gives them a sense of calm. And why not? Juice is natural. It's got vitamins. It tastes good. It seems harmless, right? But what if I told you that your nighttime glass of juice could be behind your restless sleep, your early morning fatigue, and even those mysterious heart palpitations you've been feeling lately? I know it sounds extreme. But sometimes the truth is uncomfortable. See, most of us were raised to believe juice was healthy. We grew up drinking it for breakfast, packing it in lunchboxes, and offering it to our kids as the better alternative to soda. And yes, there's some truth to that, juice has vitamins and antioxidants. But that's only half the story. What you're not told is that juice, even the kind labeled as no sugar added, is still loaded with natural sugars. And when you drink that before bed, it can send your body into a kind of internal chaos while you're supposed to be resting and recovering. Your blood sugar spikes. Your insulin kicks in. Your cortisol levels go up. And your entire sleep cycle starts to unravel quietly behind the scenes. This isn't just theory. These are biological facts backed by science, and confirmed by one remarkable physician who has spent decades helping older adults get their health back on track. His name is Dr. Aaron Miles, and he's not your typical doctor. Retired now from clinical practice, Dr. Miles spent over 35 years in internal medicine, working directly with seniors, people just like you and me. And today, he's here to shed light on what he calls one of the most overlooked health mistakes seniors are making every single night. And it all starts with that seemingly innocent glass of juice before bed. Now, Dr. Miles isn't about fearmongering. He's not here to say, don't ever touch juice again. No, his message is smarter than that. He wants us to understand what's really happening inside the body when we drink certain juices, especially at the wrong time of day. Because timing, my friend, is everything. When you eat or drink something during the day, your body processes it differently than when you do it at night. Especially for seniors, who often experience slower metabolism, weaker insulin sensitivity, and more fragile sleep cycles, that nighttime glass of juice can feel like throwing a wrench into the gears of your body's overnight recovery system. And most of us never see it coming. We think it's just aging. Or stress. Or indigestion. But really? It could be the juice. That's why Dr. Miles has started speaking out. Because too many of us are struggling with issues that seem unrelated, but are actually being triggered by one of the most common habits in America. So in today's video, we're diving deep into the science, the stories, and most importantly, the solutions, starting with the one juice Dr. Miles says you should never drink before bed, no matter what. And don't worry, we'll also tell you what to drink instead, so you can still enjoy a comforting nighttime ritual without the consequences. So grab a seat. Get cozy. And get ready to discover the truth about your juice, because what you learn today might just help you sleep better, breathe easier, and wake up feeling more refreshed than you have in years. Before we go any further, I want to introduce you to the man who started all of this. Dr. Aaron Miles. If you've never heard of him, you're not alone. He never wrote bestsellers or hosted TV shows. He didn't chase the spotlight. Instead, he spent over 35 years in a quiet practice just outside of Asheville, North Carolina, working day in and day out with older adults who came to him feeling frustrated, tired, and often ignored by modern medicine. He used to say, the answers aren't always in the pills, they're in the patterns. And that's what made him different. Dr. Miles wasn't just treating symptoms. He was listening. Really listening. He paid attention to the little things his patients mentioned in passing. Like drinking apple juice before bed, or waking up tired even after 8 hours of sleep, or suddenly gaining 5 pounds that just wouldn't go away. For years, he kept a notebook. Not a digital file, a real paper notebook where he'd jot down his observations. And over time, a pattern began to form. He noticed that the patients who drank juice late at night were more likely to suffer from frequent nighttime urination, shallow, interrupted sleep, blood sugar spikes in the early morning, weight gain around the belly, increased blood pressure, and even a greater risk of prediabetes. At first, he thought it was a coincidence. Juice? Really? But the evidence kept piling up. He started asking patients to keep sleep and food journals. And sure enough, the link became undeniable. On nights when they drank juice, even a small glass, they slept worse. Their blood pressure was higher. Their fasting glucose was elevated. They were more irritable, more fatigued. So he started a small trial. He asked a group of 28 senior patients, all over 60, to cut out just their nighttime juice for 30 days. That's it. Nothing else changed. And the results? 85% reported better sleep, 71% lost weight without changing their diet, 63% said their morning blood pressure numbers went down, 92% said they had more energy in the morning. One of his patients, Margaret, who had been on 3 different sleep medications for years, said this: "I stopped drinking my nightly cranberry juice and within 2 weeks I was sleeping straight through the night for the first time in a decade. It was like magic, but it was just science." Dr. Miles was stunned. But also validated. He had a hunch, and now he had the proof. But when he tried to share these findings more publicly, he ran into resistance. He was told it was too simple or anecdotal. Some medical boards said, juice isn't harmful unless it's excessive. Others said, people won't change over something so minor. So he decided to speak out on his own terms. He started giving private talks, community health lectures, and eventually recorded a series of interviews for aging wellness podcasts. That's where I first heard him. And what stood out wasn't just his science, it was his sincerity. He didn't want fame. He wasn't trying to sell a product. He just wanted seniors, like you and me, to understand how our bodies change with age, and how even something as small as juice at the wrong time can throw things off balance. He often said, your body is a rhythm. Don't give it noise when it needs rest. It stuck with me. And after researching more on my own, reading study after study, and interviewing other experts, I realized, he's absolutely right. So today, in honor of Dr. Miles and the thousands of seniors he helped, we're going to unpack why juice disrupts your nighttime health, which juices are the worst offenders, and what to do instead. Because if we can get this one habit right, just one, you might be shocked at how much better you sleep, how much clearer you think, and how much energy returns to your life. Let's take a moment to zoom in, to look inside your body and see what's really happening when you drink juice before bed. Imagine this, it's 8:30 p.m. You've had dinner. Maybe you've taken your evening meds. You're winding down, and you reach for a small glass of something fruity, apple juice, orange juice, maybe even a splash of grape juice with some ice. It feels innocent, even comforting. But here's what your body experiences. The moment that sweet liquid hits your system, your blood sugar rises, fast. Most fruit juices have a glycemic index of over 60, which means they act a lot like soda inside your body. A single cup of orange juice can contain 21 to 26 grams of sugar. That's nearly the same as a can of Coke. Now here's where it gets tricky. As your blood sugar spikes, your pancreas releases a flood of insulin to push that sugar into your cells. But remember, at night, your body is trying to slow down. Your organs, especially your liver and digestive system, are preparing to rest, repair, and reset. But when that sugar surge hits, everything gets confused. Your liver has to keep working. Your insulin levels surge and drop. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, can rise during the crash. And this sudden roller coaster affects your sleep hormones, particularly melatonin, the one your brain needs to fall into deep sleep. What happens next? You fall asleep, but not deeply. Your body is busy digesting, not resting. Around 2 or 3 a.m., your blood sugar drops, and guess what? You wake up. Maybe to use the bathroom. Maybe because of a weird dream. Maybe for no reason at all. You just don't feel settled. And that pattern, drink, spike, crash, wake, repeat, can turn into weeks or months of poor sleep. You start wondering, why am I always tired? Or, why is my belly getting bigger? Or, why does my blood pressure seem worse in the mornings? Well, now you know. It's not just juice. It's the timing of that juice. During the day, your body is in motion. It can handle some sugar. You're moving, burning energy, digesting fully. But at night, everything changes. Your metabolism slows by 10 to 15%. Your digestive enzymes drop. Your insulin sensitivity goes down. So that same glass of juice that might feel fine at 10 a.m. At 10 p.m., it's a recipe for trouble. But wait, isn't juice healthy? Great question, and yes, juice can have vitamins. Vitamin C, potassium, antioxidants. But here's the twist, juice is stripped of fiber. When you eat a whole apple, your body digests it slowly because of the fiber. Your blood sugar stays more stable. But when you drink apple juice, you're getting concentrated sugar. No fiber to slow it down. It's like comparing a fireplace to a flamethrower. And for seniors, this difference is even more important. As we age, our insulin sensitivity drops, our muscle mass declines, our sleep cycles become lighter, our bodies become more prone to inflammation. That means we simply can't afford the same sugar load as we did when we were 30 or 40. And that's what Dr. Miles wanted to emphasize, it's not just what you eat. It's when you eat it. Alright. Now that you know what juice does to your body at night, let's get specific. Because not all juices are created equal. Some may seem harmless, even healthy, but when consumed in the evening, they can throw your system completely out of sync. And for seniors especially, these 4 juices are the worst culprits for sleep disruption, blood sugar spikes, and unwanted weight gain. Let's break them down. Apple juice, the hidden sugar bomb. Let's start with a classic. Apple juice has a reputation for being kid-friendly and gentle on the stomach. But here's what most people don't realize, apple juice contains almost no fiber, and 1 cup has about 24 grams of sugar. That's 6 teaspoons of straight sugar. At night, your body isn't equipped to deal with that. The spike in insulin, the crash in blood sugar, it's all amplified when your metabolism is winding down. Dr. Miles called apple juice the stealth bomber of nighttime sugar. It's sweet, nostalgic, and completely disruptive. Orange juice, the morning favorite that backfires at night. Orange juice is the poster child of healthy breakfast, but at night? It's a whole different story. Even the no sugar added versions still contain natural sugars that can wreak havoc on your blood sugar while you sleep. And because orange juice is often acidic, it can also trigger acid reflux in some people, especially when lying down. Waking up with a burning chest or dry mouth. Your nighttime OJ might be the reason. And if you're taking any calcium or magnesium supplements in the evening, the high acidity in orange juice can interfere with how your body absorbs those nutrients. Grape juice, the worst for blood sugar and weight gain. This one might surprise you. Grape juice, especially the purple, concentrated kind, is one of the most glycemic drinks you can consume. It can spike blood sugar faster than soda. Dr. Miles once said, if I had to pick the single worst juice for my senior patients to drink after dinner, it would be grape juice. It's essentially liquid sugar. And the stats back it up, 1 cup of grape juice can have up to 36 grams of sugar. That's more than a Krispy Kreme donut. If you've been struggling with stubborn belly fat, poor sleep, or constant cravings, it could be connected to late-night grape juice. Cranberry juice cocktail, not as healthy as it looks. Cranberry juice sounds healthy, doesn't it? It's tart. It's good for urinary health. But most of the bottles on store shelves aren't pure cranberry juice, they're cocktails. That means they're sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, or other additives to make them palatable. And even 100% juice versions are often blended with apple or grape juice to tone down the tartness. Which, as we've seen, just brings the sugar right back in. So what do you get? A glass of juice that sounds helpful but acts like dessert. Drinking this before bed doesn't help your urinary system, it can actually cause more frequent nighttime bathroom trips and keep you from falling into deep, restorative sleep. The bottom line? Even natural juices can trick your body when consumed at the wrong time. At night, your goal is to wind down, not wake your system up with a sugar jolt. So if any of these juices are part of your nightly routine, take a pause and ask, is this helping my sleep, or hurting it? Do I wake up feeling rested, or groggy and stiff? Am I unknowingly feeding my inflammation? The truth is, when you stop drinking these at night, you'll often notice the difference within a week. Now, if you're wondering, so what can I drink instead? Don't worry. That's exactly what we'll cover in the next section. The best calming drinks for seniors to sip at night without guilt or disruption. Let's take a step back for a moment. It's not just about what juice does to your body tonight. The real concern is what happens when drinking juice before bed becomes a habit, especially for older adults. Because the truth is, a nightly glass of juice can quietly damage your health in ways you might not feel immediately, but that build up over time. Let's break down the 5 long-term dangers of this seemingly innocent habit, especially for seniors over 60. Weight gain. That's hard to reverse. Juice is often packed with sugar and calories, but it doesn't make you feel full. When you drink juice at night, especially without being active afterward, your body stores that excess sugar as fat. And for seniors, losing that weight later on becomes much harder due to slower metabolism and age-related muscle loss. Over time, this can lead to belly fat, joint pressure, and increased risk of chronic disease, even if your diet is mostly healthy. Heart strain and high blood pressure. Here's something many people don't realize. That fruit juice, yes, even the natural kind, can spike blood pressure when consumed at night. High nighttime glucose levels stress your blood vessels, increasing the workload on your heart. The result? A higher risk of developing hypertension, which is already common in people over 60. And worse? Most seniors drink juice believing it's a heart-healthy choice, when it could be silently raising their risk for heart attacks and strokes. Memory fog and brain aging. There's a growing body of research linking excess sugar intake with cognitive decline in older adults. When you drink sugary juice before bed, your brain doesn't get a chance to rest and repair properly. Instead, it's battling unstable blood sugar all night long. Impacting REM sleep, which is crucial for memory consolidation. Over time, this may contribute to brain fog, forgetfulness, and even increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Let that sink in for a moment. Your evening drink could be accelerating brain aging. Worsening diabetes and insulin resistance. This one is especially serious for anyone pre-diabetic or already managing type 2 diabetes. Nighttime juice spikes your blood sugar right before your body naturally starts to wind down insulin production. That sugar sits in your bloodstream longer than it would during the day, doing more damage to your pancreas and cells. This means your body becomes more insulin resistant, which is the exact opposite of what you want as you age. And worst of all, you might not even feel these changes happening, until you get a lab result that's hard to ignore. 5. Disrupted circadian rhythms and sleep hormones. Your body is designed to follow a natural rhythm: light, dark, eat, sleep. But drinking juice at night confuses this rhythm. Sugar and carbs trigger alertness, signal digestion, and suppress melatonin, the hormone that tells your body it's time to sleep. Over time, your body may stop producing melatonin properly, leading to chronic insomnia, fatigue, and even mood issues like anxiety or depression. It's a slow spiral. And it starts with a glass of juice that seems completely harmless. But here's the good news. Habits can be changed. Even if you've been drinking juice before bed for years, your body is still capable of healing and resetting. By simply switching to calming alternatives, like chamomile tea, warm lemon water, or golden milk, you can balance blood sugar, improve heart health, protect your brain, lose stubborn weight, and finally get the sleep your body deserves, all from changing one nightly habit. Now, in the next section, we're going to meet Dr. Lowell Jensen, a retired cardiologist who made a surprising discovery about nighttime juice and its effect on older patients, especially those struggling with weight, blood pressure, and insomnia. You won't want to miss this. Let me introduce you to someone whose story might change the way you think about juice forever. Dr. Lowell Jensen was a respected cardiologist for over 35 years. He wasn't just any doctor. He was the doctor that other doctors sent their parents to. His specialty? Helping seniors live longer, stronger, and with a better quality of life. But even he didn't see this coming. Juice wasn't the enemy. Or so I thought. In a small town in Colorado, Dr. Jensen ran a private clinic where many of his patients were over 60. He often recommended fruit juice to them as a natural source of vitamins. Orange juice for vitamin C, grape juice for antioxidants. Apple juice for digestion. And for years, that advice went unquestioned, until something strange started happening. A pattern emerged that he couldn't ignore. Dr. Jensen began noticing a trend. Many of his healthiest patients, those eating well, exercising, and taking their medications, were still struggling with unexplained weight gain, nighttime blood sugar spikes, insomnia, high morning blood pressure, worsening cholesterol levels. He couldn't figure it out, until he asked one key question during a routine checkup. What's your nighttime routine like? And that's when the pattern revealed itself. It all pointed back to one thing. Nearly every one of those struggling patients had the same habit. They drank a glass of juice before bed. It didn't matter the type, orange, apple, even green juice. The results were the same. Suddenly, Dr. Jensen realized he had made a dangerous mistake, and the habit he once recommended might be hurting the very people he was trying to help. That revelation shook him. So, he did something not many doctors are willing to do. He dug into the research. Dr. Jensen went back to the books, journals, and case studies. He reanalyzed blood work. He tracked his patients' sleep patterns, blood sugar, and blood pressure over 90 days, with and without nighttime juice. And the results were crystal clear. Seniors who stopped drinking juice before bed experienced improved sleep, lower fasting blood sugar, reduced inflammation, fewer nighttime bathroom trips, more energy in the morning. He was stunned and humbled. He began calling patients one by one, asking them gently to stop their nightly juice, and instead try warm herbal tea or just water with lemon. Meet Betty, the patient who proved it all. One of his longtime patients, Betty Thompson, 72, had been drinking grape juice every night for 15 years. She believed it helped her unwind. But she also struggled with high cholesterol, night sweats, waking up 3 to 4 times a night, mild cognitive decline. Dr. Jensen suggested she stop the juice for just 1 week. By day 4, Betty reported something amazing. She slept through the night for the first time in years. By week 2, her fasting blood sugar dropped by 11 points. By the end of the month, her joint pain had eased up. She felt lighter, more alert, and even lost 3 pounds. All by cutting out 1 glass of juice at night. Dr. Jensen's final thought when asked about it in an interview. Dr. Jensen said this: "If I could go back 20 years, I'd tell every patient over 60 to avoid juice before bed. It's not about denying pleasure, it's about protecting what's left of your health. One small change can add years to your life." Now that is wisdom worth listening to. Alright, now that we understand the why, let's talk about the what. Specifically, what juices are the worst offenders when it comes to bedtime damage, and what you can enjoy instead that won't sabotage your sleep, heart, or blood sugar. You might be surprised by a few of these. Orange juice, the hidden blood sugar bomb. Let's start with the most obvious culprit. Yes, orange juice is loaded with vitamin C. But did you know that one glass can have up to 26 grams of sugar? That's more sugar than a donut. When you drink orange juice before bed, your blood sugar skyrockets, your pancreas works overtime, and instead of resting, your body stays in fight mode. It's also highly acidic, irritating your stomach lining and often causing acid reflux while you sleep. Better alternative: chamomile tea with a slice of lemon. It calms the nervous system, aids digestion, and helps your body ease into deep rest. Grape juice, a sweet trap for seniors. This one fools a lot of people. Grape juice is praised for its resveratrol, a powerful antioxidant. But here's the issue: to make grape juice shelf-stable and tasty, many brands add syrups or high-fructose corn syrup. Some contain over 36 grams of sugar per serving. For seniors, this means higher risk of nighttime glucose spikes, slower metabolism, increased fat storage during sleep, potential blood pressure surges. Better alternative: a glass of tart cherry juice, in very small amounts. It contains melatonin and can actually support sleep, but no more than 2 ounces, and not sweetened. Apple juice, the healthy juice that ages you faster. Apple juice has a reputation as a kid-friendly, safe option. But did you know it ranks very high on the glycemic index? This means it causes quick and dramatic spikes in blood sugar. Not only that, but most store-bought apple juice has no fiber, making it basically sugar water. Drinking apple juice before bed has been linked to morning headaches, nighttime dehydration, digestive issues, weight gain over time. Better alternative: warm ginger tea with a dash of cinnamon. It stabilizes blood sugar and soothes the gut. Tropical juice blends, the sugar-smooth criminals. Think mango, pineapple, passion fruit. They taste amazing, right? Well, most tropical juice blends are loaded with multiple fruit concentrates, meaning they contain twice or even 3 times the sugar of a single fruit juice. And here's the catch: that sugar hits your bloodstream even faster in liquid form, especially at night when your insulin response is slower. You may feel bloated, sweaty, or even anxious in the middle of the night after drinking these. Better alternative: golden milk, a warm blend of turmeric, almond milk, and a touch of black pepper. Anti-inflammatory and comforting. Green juices, not always as innocent as they look. Yes, even green juices can be a problem if you drink them before bed. Many bottled green juices include sweet fruits like apples, bananas, or grapes to mask the bitterness of greens. Some even sneak in honey or agave. So what you think is healthy might actually deliver 30+ grams of sugar before you hit the pillow. Plus, they often contain raw greens that can be hard on your stomach during sleep. Better alternative: a warm mug of lemon balm tea, calming, sleep-friendly, and great for your heart. Quick recap: avoid before bed. Orange juice, grape juice, apple juice, tropical blend, sweetened green juices. Try instead chamomile or lemon balm tea, golden milk, ginger, cinnamon tea, small amount of tart cherry juice, unsweetened, warm lemon water. Let's talk science, not the boring kind, but the kind that matters to you and your health. Because when it comes to what you drink before bed, science has plenty to say, and it's not just about sugar. Blood sugar and the brain. Researchers from Harvard Medical School published findings showing that even mild blood sugar spikes at night can disrupt the brain's natural ability to enter deep sleep cycles. Here's what happens: you drink a sugary juice, like apple or grape. Your blood sugar jumps, forcing your body to produce insulin. As sugar crashes later in the night, your cortisol levels rise. Cortisol is your stress hormone, and it tells your brain, stay alert. Instead of resting peacefully, your brain stays in a low-grade fight-or-flight state. You might not remember waking up, but you'll feel groggy in the morning. And if this happens often, it raises your risk for memory issues, mood swings, brain fog, accelerated cognitive aging, heart health, and nighttime hydration. Let's talk about your heart. Studies published in the Journal of the American Heart Association show that evening sugar intake, particularly from liquid sources like juice, is linked to increased nighttime blood pressure, reduced heart rate variability, a sign of stress, higher resting heart rate while sleeping. This puts unnecessary strain on your heart during the hours it should be recovering. And here's something even more serious. When your body stays in sugar burn mode while you sleep, your cardiovascular system doesn't enter its usual repair cycle. Over time, this could increase your risk for stroke and heart disease. Juice and sleep disorders. Now, let's zero in on sleep itself. Drinking juice before bed has been shown to interfere with melatonin production. Melatonin is your brain's natural sleep hormone. It tells your body it's time to wind down. But sugar, and especially fructose, blocks melatonin's effects. You might fall asleep, but you're more likely to wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. Struggle to fall back asleep. Feel unrest in the morning. For seniors already dealing with insomnia or light sleep, this makes everything worse. Juices that may actually help, but only when used right now. This part may surprise you. There are juices that can support sleep, but timing and quantity are everything. For example, tart cherry juice contains natural melatonin and tryptophan. But only 2 to 4 ounces, and drink it 1 to 2 hours before bed, not right before lights out. Aloe vera juice can soothe the gut and support detox. But it must be unsweetened, and again, no more than a few ounces. Coconut water, rich in electrolytes like potassium and magnesium. This can support hydration, but only if it's not high in added sugar. The key here is balance, and knowing your body. Not all juices are created equal, and not all seniors metabolize sugar the same way. Key takeaway from the science: drinking sugary or acidic juice before bed isn't just a bad habit, it can damage your brain, heart, and sleep quality in ways most people never realize. It might seem small, but over time, it adds up. So if you're thinking, but I've always had juice at night, it's not too late to change. Small steps can have powerful results. Let me share a story with you, one that might hit close to home. Meet Mr. Harold Thompson, a 68-year-old retired school teacher from Ohio. Harold loved his evening routine, a glass of apple juice before bed. It was comforting, a little sweet treat after a long day. But over time, Harold noticed something troubling. He was waking up multiple times a night. He felt tired during the day, foggy in his thinking, and his blood pressure was creeping higher despite medication. One afternoon, during a routine checkup, his doctor asked him a simple question: "Harold, what do you drink before bed?" Harold confessed, "Apple juice, every night." The doctor's eyes widened a little. He explained to Harold what we've talked about today, how that nightly sugar spike disrupts sleep, stresses the heart, and worsens blood pressure. Harold decided to try something new. He replaced his apple juice with warm chamomile tea, with just a touch of honey. No sugar spikes, no acidity, just gentle calm. Within a week, Harold began sleeping more deeply. Within a month, his morning headaches disappeared. After 3 months, his blood pressure improved so much that his doctor lowered his medication. He felt like a new man. What's most inspiring about Harold's story is that he made a small change, just one habit, and saw a huge difference. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. So maybe Harold's story can be your story too. One simple change tonight could bring you better sleep, more energy, and a healthier heart tomorrow. Now that we know why drinking juice before bed can harm your health, let's talk about how to make this change easy, and yes, even enjoyable. Changing habits, especially ones tied to comfort and routine, can feel tough. But with the right approach, you won't feel deprived or lost. Here are some practical tips to help you transition smoothly. Swap sweet juice for herbal tea. Herbal teas are naturally soothing and come with a wide variety of flavors: chamomile, peppermint, lemon balm, or ginger. These teas help calm your mind and body without sugar or caffeine. Try drinking your favorite herbal tea about 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. It becomes your new comforting ritual. Dilute your juice. If you find it hard to give up juice cold turkey, start by diluting it with water. Mix half juice, half water. Over a few weeks, increase the water ratio until you're drinking mostly water. This lowers the sugar impact and helps your taste buds adjust gradually. Choose low sugar or no added sugar juices. If you do drink juice, look for options with no added sugars and low natural sugar content, like tomato juice, unsweetened cranberry juice, tart cherry juice, in small amounts. Remember, even natural sugars affect blood sugar levels, so moderation is key. Stay hydrated throughout the day. Sometimes we reach for juice at night because we're actually thirsty. Drink plenty of water throughout the day, aim for at least 6 to 8 glasses. This reduces nighttime thirst and the temptation to grab sugary drinks. Create a relaxing evening routine. Replace the juice habit with relaxing activities like reading a book, listening to gentle music, practicing deep breathing or meditation. These help your body prepare for restful sleep naturally. Track your progress and celebrate wins. Keep a simple journal noting how you feel each morning after changing your drink habits. Celebrate improvements in sleep, mood, and energy. No matter how small. We've covered a lot today, haven't we? From the surprising dangers of drinking juice before bed, to the science behind sugar's effect on your brain and heart, and even a heartfelt real-life story. Now, it's time to bring it all together. Here's what you need to remember: drinking sugary juice before bed disrupts your sleep, raises your blood sugar and cortisol levels, and strains your heart, all while you're trying to rest. Not all juices are bad. But timing and portion size matter a lot. Choose wisely and drink earlier in the evening. Small changes, like swapping juice for herbal tea or diluting your drink, can make a huge difference in your health and quality of life. Better sleep leads to clearer thinking, better mood, and a stronger heart, a priceless gift, especially for seniors. Remember Harold's story? It's proof that change is possible, no matter your age. And you can start right now. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.